NASA's James Webb Space Telescope has hardly opened its eyes, and the universe is new, more mysterious, more beautiful than humanity's dreams.
A few months ago, NASA discovered something strange. While studying a nearby exoplanet, they found some evidence that might prove the possibility of extraterrestrial life. But instead of sharing this news with the world, NASA decided to keep it secret. Well, guess who isn't so thrilled about that? The FBI. That's right, now the FBI has found out about NASA's little secret, and they are ready to arrest NASA's CEO for not sharing the news. So what exactly did NASA discover on this strange planet? And why on Earth, or beyond it, did they choose to hide this information from us all? The mysterious exoplanet. Before we get into what NASA found, let's first talk about where they found it. The planet in question is called Proxima b, and it is one of the most intriguing planets we have discovered so far. Proxima b orbits the closest star to our solar system, Proxima Centauri, which is a red dwarf located about 4.24 light-years away from Earth. In space terms, that's like having a neighbor living just a few houses down the street. But this is no ordinary neighbor. Proxima b has fascinated scientists for years, and here's why. Proxima b is what's known as an exoplanet, which means it exists outside of our solar system. But it's not just any exoplanet. This one is sitting in what astronomers call the habitable zone of its star. The habitable zone, also known as the Goldilocks zone, is the sweet spot around a star where conditions might be just right for liquid water to exist. And where there's water, well, life could follow. That's what makes Proxima b so exciting. It is one of the few places where scientists think life could potentially exist. Now, why are we exploring Proxima b? Because it checks a lot of boxes for potential life. First of all, it is roughly the same size as Earth. It is about 1.17 times Earth's mass, to be exact. That makes it a rocky planet, unlike gas giants like Jupiter or Saturn. If life exists out there, we are more likely to find it on a rocky planet. Another reason is that its distance from its star is just right. It is close enough to keep things warm, but not so close that it gets scorched by the intense radiation of Proxima Centauri. The potential for water is a huge factor too. Scientists believe that if Proxima b has an atmosphere, and that's still a big if, it could possibly retain enough heat to allow water to exist on its surface. And let's be real, water is the key ingredient when it comes to life as we know it. Without it, things get a lot more complicated. But there is a catch. Proxima Centauri, the star Proxima b orbits, is a red dwarf, which means it is much cooler than our sun. It also has a habit of firing off intense solar flares that could make life on Proxima b pretty challenging. These flares can blast the planet with harmful radiation, potentially stripping away any atmosphere and making it difficult for life to survive. But despite these challenges, the possibility remains that Proxima b could be harboring life, or at least the conditions necessary to support it. Another interesting thing about Proxima b is how close it is to us compared to other exoplanets. Being just over 4 light-years away makes it a prime candidate for future space exploration. In fact, some scientists are already working on projects like Breakthrough Starshot, which is a mission that aims to send tiny, light-powered spacecraft to explore nearby stars, including Proxima Centauri and its planets. So, Proxima b holds a special place in the world of astronomy. It is one of the most promising candidates for finding life beyond Earth. Its potential to have water, a solid surface, and its location in the habitable zone all make it worth our attention. And that's why NASA and other space agencies have been keeping an eye on it. Now that you know where NASA was looking, let's get back to what they found there. The new findings. Before we look at this new discovery, we have to talk about the hero behind all of this, the James Webb Space Telescope. This advanced piece of technology is the reason we know what we do today about this strange planet. The James Webb Telescope has been a game-changer for space exploration. Launched in December 2021, it is the most powerful telescope ever built, designed to look deeper into space than ever before and help answer some of the biggest questions about our universe. It was a project decades in the making, with scientists and engineers working tirelessly to develop a tool that could replace the Hubble Space Telescope and push our knowledge even further. What makes the JWST so special is its ability to detect infrared light, which allows it to see through thick clouds of gas and dust that usually block our view of distant planets and stars. This means that the telescope can give us a clearer picture of what's happening in far-off parts of the universe. It also has incredibly sensitive instruments that can detect chemical signatures in the atmospheres of planets, like methane, oxygen, and water vapor, which are the potential signs of life. NASA has been using the JWST to study Proxima b for some time now, focusing on its atmosphere and surface to determine if the planet could be home to life. But what the telescope found wasn't what anyone expected. Instead of picking up the usual atmospheric elements like methane, oxygen, or water vapor, the JWST detected something entirely unexpected. The telescope picked up a faint but steady glow coming from the night side of Proxima b. This was not the kind of glow you would see from natural phenomena, like volcanoes or auroras. This was something different. The glow was consistent, not flickering or pulsing. It was the kind of steady, controlled light you might expect from artificial sources, like city lights seen from space. That's right. What the JWST detected could very well be artificial lighting, the kind you would see from a civilization advanced enough to create city-like structures. This was not a natural glow from the planet's surface. It was something much more deliberate, and this is where things get interesting. So what are the theories presented by NASA about this discovery? Theories behind the discovery. The discovery of potential artificial lights on Proxima b is nothing short of mind-blowing. If these lights are indeed artificial, we could be looking at the first real evidence of an advanced extraterrestrial civilization. This is not some small-scale discovery like microbial life or bacteria. This is the kind of find that could change everything we know about the universe and our place in it. One possible explanation is that Proxima b is home to a highly developed civilization, perhaps one much more advanced than ours. If they have managed to create artificial lighting on a planetary scale, it means they have the technology to manipulate their environment and build organized societies. This could point to an intelligent species that has been around for thousands, maybe even millions of years, which is enough time to develop sophisticated technologies, possibly beyond what we have achieved here on Earth. If this theory holds true, the implications are enormous. This would be the first time humanity has found evidence of extraterrestrial technology, something that goes beyond primitive forms of life. We could be talking about intelligent beings who have created large cities, harnessed energy in ways we can only dream of, and maybe even developed space travel themselves. It is the kind of discovery that makes you realize just how vast the universe is and how little we truly know about what's out there. But as thrilling as this possibility is, it raises more questions than answers. If these lights are indeed from a civilization, just how advanced are they? Are we looking at a society similar to ours, one that's still figuring things out, or is this something far more evolved? And then could they be technologically superior, or maybe even struggling with their own challenges as we are? The discovery of these lights on such a distant planet hints at the existence of a complex society, but we don't yet know the scale of it. One fascinating aspect of the data from the James Webb Telescope is that the lights are not just coming from one small area. The glow covers a significant portion of Proxima b's surface, suggesting that this could either be one massive city or multiple smaller settlements scattered across the planet. Either way, this points to an organized society, one capable of maintaining infrastructure and technology to produce steady, reliable lighting across vast areas. Could this be evidence of one enormous metropolis spanning much of the planet? Or are we seeing multiple smaller cities? Both possibilities are intriguing, and either one suggests a civilization far more complex than anything we have seen before. And if there is one thing this discovery tells us, it is that we are not just talking about random, isolated lights. These are likely intentional, carefully placed sources of illumination, which could mean there is a purpose behind their existence, perhaps for navigation, communication, or even social activities. However, not all scientists are rushing to declare this evidence of alien life just yet. Some researchers argue that there could be other explanations for the lights, like natural phenomena we simply don't understand yet. After all, space is full of mysteries, and we have been wrong before. But the fact that this glow is steady and spread over a large area makes it hard to dismiss the idea that something or someone intelligent might be behind it. If some kind of life form does exist on this planet, the big mystery is, how do they survive here? Their survival for any civilization to function, especially one that can light up a planet or portions of it, they need energy, lots of it. The fact that we are seeing a steady glow on Proxima b suggests that whoever or whatever is on the planet has figured out a reliable and sustainable energy source. But what could that energy source be? And how have they managed to thrive in what could be a potentially hostile environment? Let's start with the basics. On Earth, most of our energy comes from natural resources like coal, natural gas, and oil, along with renewable sources like solar and wind power. It is possible that the inhabitants of Proxima b, if they exist, could be using something similar. Maybe they are harnessing energy from their planet's core, using geothermal energy like we do in certain regions on Earth. Or perhaps they've set up vast solar energy grids to capture light from their star, Proxima Centauri. But there is a big challenge here. Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf star, meaning it is much smaller and cooler than our Sun. While this allows planets like Proxima b to exist in the habitable zone, it also means that the light and energy emitted from the star might be less intense. This poses a problem for solar energy as we know it. The planet also faces the issue of frequent solar flares, like massive bursts of energy that could be harmful to any life forms or technology on the surface. For a civilization to survive such conditions, it would need to have either advanced shielding technologies or an energy system that is not vulnerable to these disruptions. One possibility is that the civilization on Proxima b could be tapping into geothermal energy from beneath the planet's surface. This would allow them to harness the natural heat generated by the planet's core, providing a steady energy supply regardless of what's happening on the surface. Another theory is that they could be utilizing tidal forces, energy created by the gravitational interaction between Proxima b and its host star. If Proxima b has oceans or large bodies of water, they might be using the tides to generate power. Now, the interesting thing is that what if they have developed an energy source far beyond anything we can imagine? Scientists have long speculated about advanced civilizations using technologies like fusion energy, the same process that powers stars, or even tapping into the energy of black holes. These are concepts that are still theoretical for us here on Earth, but it is possible that a more advanced civilization could have cracked the code. If they have access to an unlimited or near-limitless source of energy, it would explain how they can maintain large-scale artificial lighting and potentially power advanced technology across the planet. Could they be using a form of energy that's completely unknown to us? Perhaps they have discovered new ways to manipulate quantum mechanics, or maybe they have learned how to harness dark energy or other exotic forces that we don't yet fully understand. The idea that there could be a civilization out there using energy in ways we haven't even thought of yet is both thrilling and humbling. It makes you realize how far we still have to go in our understanding of the universe. This brings us to another critical question. Should we try to contact this civilization? Should we contact them? It is one thing to discover potential evidence of alien life, but it is an entirely different matter to initiate contact. While the idea of making contact with an extraterrestrial civilization is exciting, it also comes with significant risks. First, let's talk about the logistics of contacting a civilization on Proxima b. It is not as simple as picking up a phone and dialing a number. To communicate with another planet, especially one that's over 4 light-years away, we would need advanced technology that can send and receive signals over vast distances. Currently, the most realistic way to attempt communication is through radio waves. Radio signals travel at the speed of light, so a message from Earth would take just over 4 years to reach Proxima b and another 4 years for a reply to return. This means that even a simple conversation could take nearly a decade for just one exchange. We have already been sending signals into space for decades. The Arecibo message, for example, was broadcast into space in 1974, intended to reach any extraterrestrial life that might be listening. However, that message was aimed at a cluster of stars much farther away than Proxima b. If we were to direct a signal toward Proxima Centauri, we might have a better chance of getting a response, assuming, of course, that the inhabitants have the technology to detect and decode our message. But the tricky thing here is that while we may have the ability to send a signal, should we? Some scientists, like Stephen Hawking, have warned against reaching out to extraterrestrial civilizations. His reasoning was that we don't know their intentions. If we announce our presence to the universe, we could be inviting a much more advanced civilization to come and exploit us. After all, we have no idea whether the beings on Proxima b are friendly or hostile. They could be peaceful explorers like us, or they could see Earth as a resource-rich target. There is also the possibility that they're not interested in us at all. For all we know, a civilization advanced enough to power a planet with artificial lighting might already be aware of our existence and have decided we are not worth engaging with. After all, from their perspective, we might seem like primitive beings still figuring out basic technologies. They might see no benefit in contacting us. However, on the other hand, making contact with an alien civilization could lead to one of the greatest leaps in human history. Imagine the exchange of knowledge, culture, and technology that could come from communicating with an advanced society. They might have solutions to some of the biggest challenges we face, from energy crises to space travel. They could help us better understand the universe and our place in it. The benefits could be enormous, assuming, of course, that they are peaceful. But how would we even start the conversation? What would we say? The first contact could be tricky. We would need to send a message that's both simple and universally understandable. Scientists have suggested sending mathematical sequences, like prime numbers, since math is a universal language. Others have proposed sending information about Earth's position in the galaxy, or even a simple greeting. But the biggest question is, what if they answer? What happens next? Some people argue that even if we do reach out, we should do so cautiously. We should prepare ourselves for the possibility that we are not the most advanced civilization out there, and that there could be consequences to making ourselves known. Should we try to learn more about them before sending any signals? Ultimately, the decision to contact an extraterrestrial civilization like the one we might be seeing on Proxima b is one that requires careful thought. It's a choice that could change the course of human history forever, for better or worse. Whether or not we should take that leap remains one of the most debated topics in space exploration today. One thing is for sure, though. The discovery of potential artificial lights on Proxima b has brought us closer than ever to answering the age-old question, are we alone in the universe? For now, we don't know whether the FBI will arrest NASA's CEO or not, but we do know that NASA kept it secret because they are trying to keep us safe, ensuring that this mysterious light on Proxima b is not some unknown threat. If the lights are something other than alien technology, like a natural phenomenon, jumping to conclusions could cause widespread panic or even global tension. Perhaps NASA did the right thing by not immediately announcing the discovery. Sometimes keeping certain findings quiet until more is known might be the safest way to handle the unknown mysteries of space. What do you think? What is your theory about this new discovery? Tell us in the comments below. If you want more updates, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on that bell icon.